Hello children, good morning to all of you. Welcome back in physics class. We have completed your second chapter, only numericals are left. So today we are going to solve numericals of second chapter, motion in one dimension. Okay, see some questions I have written here. A car starts from rest with a uniform acceleration 2 meter per second square. Find the distance covered by the body in 2 seconds. Whenever you are solving numericals, first note down the given points and then try to find out what you have to do. So see here, a car starts from rest means initial velocity is 0 with a uniform acceleration, that means A is equal to 2 meter per second square. Now find the distance covered by the body in 2 seconds. Time is 2 seconds and distance you have to find. Distance is denoted by S, that we know. So by watching these you can think that you can apply the second equation of motion. You have read the 3 equations of motion, so second will be applied here. Since S is equal to ut plus half at square, so now put the value and calculate it. U is 0, time is 2, plus half into 2 into 2 square. Okay, this term is 0, plus these 2 and 2 are cancelling each other, 2 squared is 4, that means 4 meter is the distance covered by the body in 2 seconds. Okay, now see the second question. A vehicle is accelerating on a straight road. Its velocity at any instant is 30 km per hour. At any particular time the velocity is 30 km per hour. After 2 seconds it is 33.6 km per hour. That means when the velocity is 30 km per hour, due to acceleration after 2 seconds the velocity becomes 33.6 km per hour. And after further 2 seconds, means in the next 2 seconds, it is 37.2 km per hour. That means velocity is increasing here. Find the acceleration of vehicle in meter per second square. Is the acceleration uniform? We have to find, see here, first the velocity is 30, then it becomes 33.6 and then it becomes 37.2. This is in 2 seconds, this is in 2 seconds. So we will find the acceleration here and here. If both the acceleration value is same, that means the acceleration is uniform. If the values of acceleration is different, means the acceleration is non-uniform. So check here. Acceleration in first 2 seconds. In first 2 seconds, what is the acceleration? Acceleration is equal to final velocity minus initial velocity, and this is given in kilometer per hour while time has been given in seconds. Okay, 33.6 minus 30 is 3.6, but it is in kilometer per hour. To change it into meter per second, it is multiplied by 5 by 18 and upon 2. Now 18 dividing 3.6 coming 0.2. Okay, now 5 into 2 is 10, that means 1.0 upon 2 means 0.5 meter per second square. In the first 2 seconds the acceleration is 0.5 meter per second square. Now find the acceleration in the next 2 seconds. In the next 2 seconds acceleration, suppose this is A dash, because we do not know that acceleration are equal or not, so we will use different symbols A and A dash. Okay, so here final velocity is 37.2 and initial velocity is 33.6. So change in velocity is 37.2 minus 33.6 kilometer per hour. upon time is 2 seconds. Now 37.2 minus 33.6. 12 minus 6 is 6 and 36 minus 33 is 3. 3.6 into 5 by 18 meter per second. Is this understood? Here velocity is kilometer per hour. To change it into meter per second, 5 by 18 is multiplied. Now solve this one. 18 dividing 3.6 coming 0.2. 5 into 0.2 is 1.0 by 2. That means 0.5 meter per second square. You are watching that both the acceleration are equal. First acceleration is also 0.5. Second acceleration is also 0.5. Okay. Since both the acceleration are 0.5 meter per second square, therefore acceleration is uniform. Understood? Both the acceleration value is same. That means here the acceleration is 0.5 meter per second square and acceleration is uniform. Now see the third question. A bullet initially moving with a velocity 20 meter per second. See here, initial velocity is given 20 meter per second. It strikes a target and comes to rest. That means final velocity becomes 0 after penetrating a distance 10 centimeter. That means S is equal to 10 centimeter given here. Calculate the retardation. Retardation means acceleration. Negative acceleration is called retardation. So we have to find here acceleration. Now see this. Distance is given in 10 centimeter. So change it into meter by dividing 100. 0.1 meter. Now by watching these, you can think which formula is applied. Initial velocity, final velocity, distance you have given and acceleration you have to find. So by the third equation of motion, what is the third equation of motion? V square is equal to U square minus 2AS. Why is minus here? Because retardation. Because of retardation we will put here minus sign. Otherwise third equation of motion is this one. V square is equal to U square plus 2AS. But if the retardation is there, then we will put here minus sign. Understood? Now put the value and calculate it. Final velocity is 0. Initial velocity is 20. So it will be 20 square minus 2 into acceleration we have to find. Distance is 0.1. Okay. Now this is negative, so it will come this side. It will become 0.2 into A is equal to 20 square is 400. So what will be the value of acceleration? 400 upon 0.2 meter per second square. So by solving it, 4000 upon 2 means 2000 meter per second square. Understood? When decimal is removed, 10 will be increased in the numerator, and then 4000 upon 2 is 2000 meter per second square. Okay? Now pause the video and note down these things. Okay, now see question number 4. A train travels with a speed of 60 km per hour from station A to station B, then comes back with a speed of 80 km per hour from station B to station A. Then find average speed and average velocity. So see how to find. Suppose this is station A and this is station B. From A to B, the train is going with the speed of 60 km per hour, and from B to A, the train is coming back with the speed of kilometer per hour. Okay, so we will suppose that the distance between A to B is x kilometer. The distance between station A and station B is x kilometer. Then the first one, you can see that the total distance will be traveled by the train is equal to x plus x, that is 2x kilometer, because x kilometer is going from A to B, then x kilometer is coming from B to A. So total distance traveled by the train is 2x kilometer. Now time taken to reach from A to B. Since the speed is different, A to B speed is 60, B to A speed is 80. Definitely time will be different. When the train is going from A to B, more time will be taken, and when the train will come back from B to A, less time will be taken. So first we will find the time. The time taken to reach from A to B will be distance upon speed, that means x upon 60 hours. Okay, and time taken to reach from B to A. Time taken from B to A, this will be x upon 80 hours. Is this clear? So what will be the total time? Therefore, total time taken of journey, total time of journey will be x upon 60 plus x upon 80 hours. Now solve this one. It will be 80 and 60, 240 will be the LCM. 60 dividing 244, 4 into x is 4x, plus 80 dividing 243, 3 into x is 3x. That means 7x upon 240 hours is the total time taken. Now find the average speed. Therefore, average speed is equal to, what is the formula? Total distance upon total time. Total distance is 2x kilometer and total time is 7x upon 240 hours. Okay, now solve this one. X to x is cancelled. 2 into 240 upon 7 kilometer per hour. Now solve and get your answer. It is 480 upon 7 kilometer per hour. That means 7 dividing 48, 6. 68.57 kilometer per hour approximately. This is the average speed. When 480 is divided by 7, 68.57 kilometer per hour is the average speed. Okay, now how to find the average velocity? To find the average velocity, we have to find the displacement. Since the train is going from A to B and then coming from B to A, so net displacement will be x minus x, that means 0. Right here displacement is 0 because the train is going from A to B and then coming from B to A. Initial and final position both are same, so displacement is 0. Therefore, average velocity is equal to 0 upon 7x upon 240 kilometer per hour. Displacement upon total time. That means average velocity is 0. Is this clear? Average velocity of the train is 0. Now pause the video and note down this question. Okay, now see this question. A body at rest is dropped from the top of a tower. Represent displacement of the body at different instant starting from time is equal to 0 seconds to t is equal to 0.6 seconds with an interval of 0.1 second in a tabular form taking g is equal to 10 meter per second square and use it to draw displacement time graph. That means here we have to represent displacement time graph and we have to make a tabular form in which we have to denote the displacement. Now see how to do. Suppose that h is the height of the tower. From here the body is dropped, then at this point initial velocity will be 0, the body is dropped down. Understood? From here the body is dropped down and the height of the tower is h. Okay, let the body is dropped from the height h meter of the tower. Okay, it is given that g is 10 meter per second square. We know that acceleration, this gravity is constant. So if the body is dropping down, if the body is falling freely, then its velocity will increase. Its velocity is increased. Understood? So to find the displacement in 0.1 second, we have to take the interval of 0.1 second. So displacement in 1 second will be equal to ut plus half gt square. This condition will be applied because distance formula is s is equal to ut plus half at square. Here is the, at the place of acceleration we will use the acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity. So distance is equal to, means height is equal to ut plus half gt square. Since initial velocity is 0, so this term will be always 0. So we can remove it. We can find the distance in 0.1 second directly half by using the formula half gt square. Understood? This is the noted point. If the initial velocity is 0, if the initial velocity is 0 and from there we have to find the distance or displacement, then we can use this directly. Displacement will be equal to half gt square. After 1 second, what will be the displacement? 1 by 2 into 10 into 0.1 square meter. Solve it. 5 into 0.01. Change meter into centimeter. Then it will be multiplied by 100. So 100 into this into 5 means 5. 5 centimeter is the displacement in 0.1 second. What will be the displacement in 0.2 seconds? In 0.2 seconds, half into 10 into 0.2 square meter. Again 2 dividing this coming 5. 5 into 0.04 into 100 centimeter. Meter is changed into centimeter. Then it becomes 20 centimeter. That means in 0.2 second the displacement will be 20 centimeter. Now in 0.3 seconds displacement in 0.3 seconds will be 1 by 2 into 10 into 0.3 square meter. That means 1 by 2 dividing 10 coming 5, 5 into 0.09 into 100 centimeter, that means 45 centimeter. Now displacement in 0.4 seconds, because we have to find the till in 0.6 seconds, so all we have to show, because we have to show these displacement in the tabular form. So find it out. 1 by 2 into 10 into 0.4 square meter, that means 5 into 0.16 into 100 centimeter, that means 80 centimeter. Now displacement in 0.5 seconds will be 1 by 2 into 10 into 0.5 square meter. So 5 into 0.25 into 100 centimeter, that is 125 centimeter. Now displacement in 0.6. See, I am going to remove this graph, this figure. Okay. Displacement in 0.6 seconds is equal to 1 by 2 into 10 into 0.6 square meter, 5 into 0.36 into 100 centimeter, that means 180 centimeter. In every 0.1 seconds we have found the distance. Now draw the tabular form. In tabular form, if you write it, see here, time and displacement h in 0.1 second, time is in second, displacement is in centimeter, 5 centimeter. In 0.2 seconds it is 20 centimeter. In 0.3 centimeter it is 45 centimeter. In 0.4 seconds it is 80 centimeter. In 0.5 second it is 125 centimeter. In 0.6 seconds it is 180 centimeter. See, in the tabular form we have arranged. Understood? We have found the displacement in every 0.1 seconds by using the formula half gt square, because initial velocity was 0. Since initial velocity is 0 here, that is why h is equal to half gt square. By using this formula we have got the displacement. Now we have to draw the graph. So first pause the video, note down these things, then after we will draw the graph. Okay, now see, tabular form we have denoted here. Now we are going to draw displacement time graph. We know that time is denoted on x-axis, displacement is denoted on y-axis. Time, the scale we have taken 1 centimeter is equal to 0.1 second. For y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 10 centimeter I have taken. The map, the displacement, one box is equal to 10 centimeter. So according to the data, 0.1 second, then displacement is 5. 0.1 second is the time, then displacement is 5. 0.2 second, then displacement is 20. 0.2 second, then displacement is 20. 0.3 seconds, displacement is 45. 0.3 second, displacement is 45. 0.4 second, 80. 0.4 seconds, see here, see 0.4 second, displacement is 80, in front of 80. 0.5 second, displacement is 125. 125. 0.6 second, displacement is 180. Displacement is 180. Okay, now if we join these, you can see that if we join all these points, we will find a curve. See children, if you join it, so children, when you plot the graph, you will find a curve graph here. Understood? That means under the free fall, the graph will be a curve. Is this clear, everybody? In the graph paper, you will draw the graph and you will do the practice for this question. Okay? Children, now see this question. From the displacement time graph of a cyclist given below, find the average velocity in the first 4 seconds, the displacement from the initial position at the end of 10 seconds, and the time after which he reaches the starting points. So see how to find. Here from the graph we have to find the answers. First part is average velocity in the first 4 seconds. In the first 4 seconds, the object is reaching at, see this one, this is the first 4 seconds. Average velocity is equal to displacement upon time. This is the formula. From the graph you are watching that after 4 seconds the displacement is 10 meter. See here in front of it, after 4 seconds the displacement is 10 meter. That means 10 meter in 4 seconds. So what will be the velocity? 2.5 meter per second. From the graph we are watching that displacement in 4 seconds is 10. Displacement in 4 seconds is 10 meter. So average velocity will be 10 by 4, that is 2.5 meter per second. Now see the second one. The displacement from the initial position at the end of 10 seconds. At the end of 10 seconds, the final displacement. We know that the positive displacement is above the x-axis and negative displacement is below the x-axis. So here displacement in 10 seconds will be equal to, see here, first the displacement is 10. In the first 7 seconds the maximum displacement is 10 meter, and then in the next 3 seconds the displacement is minus 10. Are you watching? In the first 7 seconds the maximum displacement is 10 meter positive. In the next 3 seconds the minimum displacement, negative displacement is minus 10. So final displacement will be 10 minus 10, that is 0 meter. Understood? The displacement in 10 seconds will be 10 minus 10, that is 0 meter. And the third one, the time after which he reaches the starting point. So we are watching that at the 7th second and at the 13th second, 2 times the object is reaching at the starting point. That means 7 seconds and 30 seconds. The cyclist reaches the starting point. Understood? From the graph we are watching that this is the starting point, this time axis. At the 7th second the cyclist is moving here. Then after at the 13th second the cyclist is reaching here. That means this is the 7th second and 13th second when the cyclist is reaching at the starting point. Okay. So for today this much is over. We will meet in the next class with the new chapter. Okay. Bye bye. Average velocity is equal to displacement upon time, 10 meter by 4 seconds, that is 2.5 meter per second is the average velocity. Okay, the average velocity is 2.5 meter per second. Now the second one, displacement in 10 seconds. So from the graph you can see that in the 10th second the object is here. Here the negative displacement, that is minus 10. So negative displacement is minus 10 meter. From the graph very easily you can see that in 10th second the graph is here. Here means minus 10. Okay. Now the third one, the time after which he reaches the starting point. So from the graph you are watching that at the 7th second and at the 13th second he is reaching at the starting point. Wait, this 0 is the starting point, this line, this is the starting point. So from the graph we can see that 7th second and 13th second, that means the cyclist reaches at the starting point after 7 seconds and after 13 seconds. Okay, for today this much is over. In the next class we will meet with the new chapter. Okay, bye bye.